Good morning. Today is December 10th, 2013. We will start our high school phys.ed class today. So if you're on, you need to check into this page here. And I'll start by introducing myself. I did last week, but will introduce me this morning. So I am new with High School Bridges. Been working here just a couple of weeks now. I'm teaching Learning Strategies 15, phys.ed 10, 20, 30, Math 10-4, and English 10-4. If you haven't met me already, my name is Dina, and I look forward to meeting you on site. This is my puppy, Lulu. I have a Bachelor of Science degree and a Bachelor of Education degree. I've been teaching for 5 years. I'm married and expecting in April, so if you come by, we can say hello. And that's me. In this slide, this is really cool. What we're going to do is send you reminders to your cell phone without actually knowing your cell phone number. If you text 778-402-1783 and put at 8DF41 in the message of your text, you will get reminders from us. It's a standard text message rate supply. So that is whatever text message plan you have. If it costs you money to receive texts, then this might not be the best option for you, but you do have, most people do have where they get free incoming text and it's just outgoing text that is an issue. Mind you, you'll only be getting 1 or 2 texts per week from the phys.ed class to remind you of field trips as well as when class begins. So, taking a look at our calendar, September, October, and November are gone now. We are in the month of December, and today is the, I should move this, 10th. Okay, so today is the 10th. Tomorrow, December 11th, we have bowling. Interim reports were released yesterday. So if you are in Learning Strategies, please make sure to take a look at your interim report and do an interim review for Learning Strategies. If you sign on to the ELive later or stay on today, we can walk you through that. Anyway, for phys.ed, we had archery last week, which was super fun. We have lots of pictures. So coming in the new year after the Christmas holiday, we're going to post some of the pictures so that you can save them for yourself for when you're doing your final phys.ed project. Tomorrow is bowling. For those who are interested, that might be something that you'd be coming to. I will go into more detail later on in the slide. Let me just read. On the 13th, we have got, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. I apologize. On the 13th, we have, it doesn't say, skating. So I haven't actually listed that here. But on the 13th, there's skating available, but that is based on interest. If there's no one interested in coming skating, we're not going to do it. You and I will go into more detail. Next week is pretty empty, so if we could just make sure to catch up on our activities for the next week, that would be great. December 23rd to January 3rd, we have our winter holiday. In the month of January, we will be going skiing to Snow Valley on, I know last week I said that it would be the Mondays, but they were pretty full on Mondays, so they've switched us to Thursdays and 1 Tuesday. So it looks like we'll be going January 9th, January 16th, January 21st, the 30th, and February 6th. If you're interested in coming skiing, let us know. It looks like you don't have to come to every day, but it would be nice for you to come, and then that would help you log some activity hours. In February, we are going to do some Zumba. That's like dancing to music. We'll maybe get some pictures or videos so that you can put that into your phys.ed activity or final project. In March, we'll do some inline skating. That is rollerblading. And we also have a first aid coming up for your 4th unit. For bowling, which is tomorrow, we're very excited for bowling tomorrow, yay! We're going 5-pin bowling, so it's kind of set up just like this here. We will meet at Bonnie Doon Mall at 11:20 at the Tony Roma entrance. We are going to have lunch together in the food court from 11:30 to 12:15, so bring some money for lunch. We'll be going to the bowling lanes at 12:20 to pay and get some bowling shoes. Bring $10 for bowling. If you don't have the money, we will figure out a way to get you to bowl as long as you bring your permission form. We are going to bowl a couple of games from 12:30 to 2, so that is an hour and a half of activity that you can add to your activity log. The pickup time is 2:15 at the Tony Roma's entrance, so make sure to let your parents know if they're driving you to pick you up at 2:15. There is a bus stop in front of Bonnie Doon as well, so you could take the bus to and from your home. You need to have your permission form to join. If you do not have your permission form, you will not be allowed to bowl with us, so please make sure to have your permission form. For skating on December 13th, we'll be going to the Millwoods Arena. We're going from 10 to 11:15, so that is an hour and 15 minutes of activity that you can put into your hour activity log for your hours. At 11:15, there is beginner shinny hockey, and 11:45 is intermediate hockey. On December 20th, we're going to the Kenilworth Arena, so 10:15 to 11:15, same deal, and then just the same as the Millwoods Arena. Okay, you must wear a helmet. You can wear a bicycle helmet if you have one, a snowboarding helmet, I know I have one, or skiing helmet. That's acceptable as well, but you have to wear a helmet. And if you need skates, we'll get you to sign in here. Moving on to give you some information about our skiing field trips. In January, hi Arkham. In January, we are going to go skiing to Snow Valley. It's part of our phys.ed activity log, so for the amount of time that we're going, 9:30 to noon, and you can stay, but at 12:30 we are leaving. You can continue to ski if you would like and add more hours to your activity log if that's possible, if you'd like, but it's 2.5 hours here. You can ski or snowboard. It's going to be all of the grades are going to be coming. Snow Valley Ski Club is at 13204 45th Ave. This is the phone number if you get lost, but we will give you directions if you need. So the dates that we're going are Thursdays, January 9th, January 16th, Tuesday, January 21st, and Thursdays, January 30th and February 6th. It is supposed to be from 9:30 to noon. we will probably meet there. And it says again, you may choose to stay longer at the hill with your parents' permission because the ticket price is good for the whole day. We will be leaving, however, as your supervisors at 12:30. Your parents or yourself will provide transportation, so do not meet at the school. You will meet at the Snow Valley Ski Hill. Okay, moving on to talk about our phys.ed activity log. You should be filling this in as you complete activity. You probably would fill it in once a week just to make sure that you don't forget the activity that you have completed. For writing in times on your phys.ed activity log, 15 minutes is not 0.15. It is 0.25 because it is 1/4 of an hour. So if you've done 15 minutes of activity, please make sure to write in 0.25, not 0.15. 0.5 is half an hour or 30 minutes. 0.75 is 3/4 of an hour or 45 minutes. And 1 is 1 hour. So if you're typing that in, for example here, for walking, on this date, you did 1 hour of activity. That is what you would fill in. For phys.ed 5 credit, you need 125 hours in total, where 120 hours count for your activities. So that is anything from walking, hiking, fishing, hunting, skating, skiing, or bowling. And you would just put that into your activity log under the correct category. Then there's 5 hours of written tasks, which will include a first aid quiz for phys.ed 10, a body image assignment for phys.ed 10, for phys.ed 10 and 20, a food journal, for phys.ed 20 and 30, a first aid class where you'll actually learn about how to use an AED, how to do some CPR, and you will get your your first aid certification. Phys.ed 30, you'll need to do a goals assignment, and Phys.ed 30, you will also have to teach a class. For all of the phys.ed courses, at the end, for your final assignment, you'll have to do a presentation of your activity photos. So it's important to take some photos of yourself whilst doing activities, and there are some examples on the phys.ed Moodle site under my locker. So I have some pictures of myself up there doing some activities, and you will make either a collage or a presentation of some of the activities that you've done this year. Activity categories include alternate environments. You need to do 35 hours worth of activities under alternate environments. You need to do 34 hours of activities under individual activities, 25 hours worth of games, 15 hours worth of dance, and 11 hours worth of gymnastics. If you're not part of a gymnastics club, you will distribute these 11 hours amongst these other 4 categories. Trampoline is also an activity that will fit under gymnastics, so if you do have the opportunity to use trampoline, then you can put that into gymnastics if you are not part of a gymnastics club. Each of these links here are hot links that will take you to information about what types of activities fall under each of these categories. But we're going to move forward here. In alternate activities, there are these different activities you can do. So in aquatics, you would have such activities as snorkeling, water games, diving, swimming, and safety. There's also canoeing, rowing, kayaking, water skiing, and scuba diving. And then hiking, backpacking, climbing, camping, etc. For the winter, it looks like we've got snowshoeing, skiing, snowboarding, skating. So these activities that we're doing, skating in December and skiing and snowboarding in January, you can add to your alternate activities category in your activity log towards your 35 hours. Tobogganing counts as well. For individual activities, these are activities that you typically do by yourself. Running, jumping, throwing events for athletics. If you're in fencing or a wrestling club, that's something you would add. Juggling counts, but that's a lower level activity because you don't really get your heart rate up. Tai Chi and yoga, as well as all of these. Aerobics, jump rope training. Zumba will be one of them, which we're doing in February, and that will add up to your 34 hours of activity. For games, there are tons of different games you could do. Volleyball, badminton, handball, volleyball is done twice, basketball. What's the game where you throw balls at each other? Dodgeball. That's the one that I didn't know the rules for last week during on-site activities. Golf, etc. These typically, besides golf, really get your heart rate up, so that's some really cool stuff. And 25 hours of games needed. We typically play games in the gym Tuesday at noon, so you can add up your hours pretty quickly by just coming on-site on Tuesdays. And dance. So there's aerobic dance, line dance, jive, partner dances, hip-hop, funk. So if you are in a class where you take dance, that would be cool. You could, if you need more hours towards dance, because you do need 15 hours, you could put Zumba under the dance instead of the individual activities, because that would count. And then gymnastics. These are different categories or different activities under gymnastics that you would be able to do. But again, if you are not part of a gymnastics club, you can put these 11 hours towards another dimension. For our group activity log, we're not actually going to complete it because there's no one logged in today. But you do need 120 hours of physical activity. I would have you sign your initials here, 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 etc. And we would start in December for how many hours you've logged this month. So we're just going to skip this section. That is pretty much the end of our ELive today. So I will see you next week.